Hey guys, for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the election scenario, the 2024 presidential election scenario of Joe Biden, the incumbent president, very liberal, of course, we all know who Joe Biden is, versus Q of the, to many infamous, to many famous, Q of, the person behind QAnon, who, post conspiracy theories, many people believe them. He praises former President Donald Trump. I'm sure you've heard of Q, if you know politics. And, but this is if Q came out, or even if he didn't come out to show his real identity. Maybe he's campaigning on the internet, from the internet, just posting stuff on, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. So the election matchup is Joe Biden versus Q. So let's get into it. So this will be a Biden victory. I'll just say it now, because Q he's too radical for even many Republicans. The only person in Congress who has said they are a member of QAnon is Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she is seen as extremely radical. No chance of winning the presidency with her. And really, there are not going to be any safe Republican states. So many Republicans are going to stay home that Joe Biden will be able to carry all these swing states here. I think that he could carry the entire blue wall, just because, and Maine, all of Maine, just because so many Republicans are going to stay home. And North Carolina would go to him, Georgia and Florida. And QAnon does not have, and that wins him the presidency already, QAnon does not have many African Americans, followers, none, barely any. And many are going to stay home, many African American Republicans in South Carolina. I think enough to grant South Carolina to the Democrats. Again, many Latinos, Hispanics are not members of QAnon. The vast majority of followers of Q are white. White people, white Americans. And ultimately, I think that with the strong Latino support, Joe Biden will carry Texas. And Q had stayed silent for so long. Nobody knew who he was, and that's going to hurt him very badly, because he doesn't really, sure he has name recognition, I guess, but not really he as a person. So he is not going to be very popular. So many people are going to turn out against him, to win him Ohio. Mike Pence would turn against him. That will win him Indiana. If Obama could carry Iowa in 2008 and 2012 against actual presidential candidates who, were pretty, who were conservative but actually made sense, and he won Iowa, then Biden could carry Iowa in 2024. I see Kansas. Kansas is too liberal to go for Q. It's Q of QAnon. It's like Kanye West, kind of. It's going to be a landslide. So yeah, I do think Biden could carry Kansas. I think Mitt Romney would turn so against Q. I think Mitt Romney would strongly endorse Biden, enough to win Biden in the state of Utah. So many Republicans are going to stay home again. And I also think that Biden could carry Alaska. Q will not have much support here. Yeah, so Q, he won't have any minority turnout at all, I don't think. And I think that he won't have enough to win to make him lose Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, definitely Missouri. Missouri, Oklahoma, I think is a bit too liberal for Q. Remember, this is a guy who put conspiracy theories out. Louisiana, I would say, and because Bill Clinton because he comes there, I would say you would lose Arkansas. And Mississippi is a bit more conservative, but I would say Q would pick up Alabama. I think this would be one of the few states that he carries. And I would also say that Q would win West Virginia. This is just a bit too conservative. I think in both these states it would be razor thin, but I do think that he would edge out a win here. In Idaho, I do think that Q will win. This is a state that's ultra conservative. John Schmidt, of the American Party, won multiple counties, in Idaho and beat McGovern in so many of them. Wyoming, of course, was the least close state in the 2020 election, so I do see Wyoming going to Q. Montana is too liberal for Q. North Dakota and South Dakota are too liberal for Q, and remember, these are not liberal states. And of course, the Omaha district, Nebraska's first district, would be so heavily against Q that would lose him. State of Nebraska, those two districts up there, but wrong district there. But I do think that Q could edge out a win in Nebraska's third district, where it is completely conservative, completely rural too. So ultimately, Joe Biden wins the presidency, with 516 electoral votes to Q's 22. It would be a complete landslide, and Biden really, in all of these states that Q wins, Biden has a shot, or he has a complete shot. I think all of these would be razor thin, maybe with the exception of Wyoming, where maybe could carry it by even a lean margin, but like 2% at tops. But all these are going to be razor thin, really. And Biden really does have a shot at all of them, and that would win him every electoral vote, essentially. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and watch all my other videos, and I hope to see you then.